Hey, what's good, everybody? Happy Sunday. It's a beautiful day. I was going through my memories in my Facebook, and there was something that I watched that I had posted like 4 years ago, and it's about a woman overcoming her struggles, and she was down to the point where her son, he was a baby, she was broke. Diapers were $20. She had $11 in her bank account, so she had to wrap him in towels until she could get the rest of the money. I just want to talk about gratitude. And I want to talk about gratitude because I am very grateful. And the thing is, this is the thing, right? As much as I'm there now, and I'm on my last couple of weeks there. As much as my job gave me a lot of nights where I came home and I just wanted to beat my head against the wall, I'm grateful to that place. I'm going to tell you why. When I was at the Bronx Defenders, right? When Sean Riley made me his recruiting and hiring associate, I had to be able to speak to groups. When the interns came in for the summer internship, I had 2 sets of interns to talk to. And then there was the law grads that would come in. So part of what my duties were was to, basically speak to them, welcome them in, and then, just, give them a couple little things, and then pass it off to the attorneys that were going to be mentoring them. And oh my God, that was so fucking hard. Oh my good. The thought I would break out into sweats, honey, it could be 30 degrees in that room. Bella was going to sweat if she had to talk to a group of people. It was really crazy. But then I could connect with them one-on-one because after, I was that point of contact from when they first filed their application to apply for BXC until they came in as either the intern or the law grad. Some of those instances I've been seeing you guys repeatedly for years. So it's not like I didn't connect the people. It's just that I couldn't, the thought of making a speech to a room, $11.99 got that shit right out of me. It got it to the point where I actually enjoyed what the fuck I was doing. So, when I left BXD, I went to $11.99. I was a job service coordinator, right? So part of what I had to do is I had to give orientations, right? So I had to explain because we did the job security fund, but then we also did the employment center, which was like an agency. It's an agency to get jobs that were in $11.99 institutions. So we used to have these orientations where we had between 20 and 30 people come in. The girls in the front would process their paperwork, get everything together, and then whoever was giving the speech that day, took over and went in there and gave the speech. So of course I had to observe, but then my week came. For some reason, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I was nervous the first day, don't get it wrong. But I was given permission to be able to tweak it so that it flowed out of my mouth better. Once I was able to tweak it and I came home and I ran through that shit, I was looking forward to giving these things. I loved giving the orientations. I loved it. And I still say to this day that if the JSF had decided, you know what, we're just going to have one person give the orientations, I would have loved to have done it. I'll do it all day, every day. I loved it because there's something about when you're talking to folks, and especially if they really are looking forward to what you have to say, because I'm talking about, hey, listen, y'all could get employed. And, I would give them all the ins and outs, the things to look out for and all of that stuff. It's something about, because you can connect with folks that way too, making the eye contact with folks. So I learned to love it, and that was part of my job, and that I loved it. I loved it. And again, I would say I would still do that any other, I would love to do that. So I'm grateful to $11.99 for that, because it was that position was a natural step up from what I was doing at the Bronx Defenders anyway. You know, not just in the sense of screening applicants and then passing it off to a hiring committee. I was the hiring committee. You know what I mean? So it, like I said, it was a natural step up. And then the fact that I was able to, you know, get over my public speaking thing. Matter of fact, that brings me to my second reason why I am eternally grateful to 1199. Tef, Latressa Husser, I know you're on Facebook. I think you are. She walked me through the whole process. Like, all right, something was telling me in 2019, you know what? Why don't you see if you can get your bachelor's, if you can finish it? Because that's been a 20-year journey. The last time I was interested in my bachelor's, there were 25 credits more that I needed because I had started it years back. And so something told me, you know what? Call Dean Goldstein. Something kept, call Dean Goldstein. Call Dean Goldstein. I called Dean Goldstein. Went in to see him. And that's why I say, y'all, when something's meant to be, there's nothing that's going to stop you. Because everything's going to open up. Went to see Dean Goldstein. And it just so happens that Monroe, they redid the curriculum for what's required for a bachelor's, you know, in business, because that's what I was going for. They took out the algebra, because that was my sticking point. I took algebra 3 times, and I couldn't pass that thing, because I don't think like that. A plus B does not equal C. It doesn't make sense to me. Never could get it. But it just so happens that when I did go to speak with Dean Goldstein, guess how many credits I needed to finish? 12. See, 12. Doce y dos. So that got me fueled, right? To get it started. The second thing that got me fueled was that with 1199, Monroe was just added on as another institution that they would help fund your fucking education. It was supposed to happen. It was supposed to happen. Because I would have never, I honestly believe that I would have never gotten my bachelor's had it not been that those things came into play, and had I not been at 1199, because I did not have to pay for that. 1199 took care of it. I'm so grateful for that. I really, really am. You know, because that's the one thing I could say, yeah, sure, I would love a master's degree. I can't say that I want one right now, because there's enough going on right now. But I always wanted to just get my bachelor's. I wanted to at least have that. And thank you, 1199. You know, you let me, or you allowed me to get my bachelor's. It was hard work, because we're talking, it was 2019 when I think the last time it was 2011 when I finally was like, okay, you know what, I can't keep taking this algebra class. So another 8 years it took me to get my bachelor's. And then next thing I know, I started the spring semester, so I started in May. And by December, I had them all, and I had my degree. I'm so happy, and I'm thankful for that. So, I don't know, I just thought about, people having gratitude, and I just wanted to let y'all know what I was grateful for today. In regard to 1199, because you know what, for those of you that don't know, I submitted my resignation this past week. It's been a really crazy week. There's been a lot of stuff going on, but it's been 5 years, and it's been a ride over there. And I can't say all of it was great, but I can say all of it was memorable. And I can say that I'm grateful for the experience. Even if all of it wasn't great, I'm still grateful for the experience, because it taught me a lot about myself. It taught me that I was stronger than what I thought I was. And you can always think that you're strong, because I've never been somebody that was like, oh my God, I can't do this. I've always had, a certain level of confidence, but man, that right there, that experience took it let me know that I can do whatever the hell I say I'm gonna do. So, and you know what? It's starting to happen because, well, stay tuned. But yeah, guys, find something to be grateful for if you're not. There's a lot of folks that don't really understand that concept. If you're not grateful, you're not going to get anything else. Okay, you have to appreciate the stuff you got, the good and the bad. You know, the good and the bad. All right. So yeah, that's my little piece on gratuity and being grateful today, because I'm very grateful. I'm in a totally different spot than I was 5 years ago, and guess what? 5 years from now, I'm gonna be in an even better spot. Stay tuned.